Hello everyone, welcome back to Super Robot Wars X. This time I've got a guest with me. I decided to make somebody else suffer through this journey of Super Robot Wars X, and it is my co-host from the Casual Hour, Bobby Pease. Hi, Bobby.
What did I ever do to you? Why?
You know what? You've been a good friend, and I'm being mean to you.
I've heard of robots that wore Super League, and I am excited to see them.
Yeah, so we've played. A long time ago, we did a kind of quick look for Super Robot Wars T, which is the sequel to this game.
Okay.
And that was fun for me. I don't think you were super into it, but you've evolved. You've changed now. You like robots. We've been playing some other robot-style games, some turn-based strategy games on the Casual Hour. We've done some quick looks for it. We've done some streams with it. And so this is kind of a new chance to see how Bobby Pease feels about Super Robot Wars.
Let's call it what it is, Chase. I'm cultured.
Yes, exactly.
I'm a man of culture now.
So I'm bringing you in the middle here. Not that you know, not that you know anything about these animes as we go in. But this is our team right now. We've got our guy, the Zelgard. We just got the G-Self and the G-Arcane, which are Gundams. I know you're familiar with Gundam now, at least.
Yeah.
So these are two new units, and they're probably going to do a lot of work for us. As we jump in, let me pull
What part
up
are we recording, by the way? Because I know you've been doing this for a little bit now.
I've done it a little bit, yeah. We just did Scenario 5, which does not mean there's just been 5 parts, because we've played some special scenarios. There was a Scenario 0. It's a little bit more complex than what it's made out to be. But anyway, we're gonna move on. We're gonna do. Actually, you know what we're gonna do today is some DLC.
Ooh, cool.
Because we finished Chapter 5, which meant these 2 DLCs are open now, and I think they should go relatively quickly, so we might be able to knock out both of them. And they should be light on the story because it's DLC stuff.
There's a lot of menus
and you
here.
love that. Oh yeah, this game is all menus. So this is Spiro. He's our magical creature. Don't call him a parrot.
Okay. He looks nice.
And
he's also very dapper.
Yeah, he's also built this whole library world, and so we're just kind of doing these smaller vignettes. So all these names are going to mean nothing to you, and that's okay. But we're going to kind of get to the action.
But that's something that you are very familiar with.
I wouldn't say very familiar. Okay. I know who those Gundams are, and so far I haven't watched any of the other animes that we have seen so far. We're going to change that relatively soon with some more units that come. But for now, we just kind of are dealing with what we got.
Sure. I'm pumped to see this. To your point, I've learned a little bit more. I'd like to know what you see, because you've been talking about this game for a while. I know that you're a big fan, so I'm very, very into this.
I really like this series. I think it has some definite problems especially in the map design, which is basically just flat ground. There is a lot of talking. There's a lot of talking heads here. Even in this DLC stuff, there's going to be talking heads. This is Naruto Nug. That's her name. She's a friend of our Gundam boy, who we'll meet here in a bit. That's Ida. She's a princess. This is Wataru. So we can't check. Oh, I guess in the DLC they don't let you use the encyclopedia feature. That's interesting. Wataru is from another anime, an older anime called something like Brave Savior Wataru, and he's like the protagonist. He's like the sub-protagonist of this game. So every Super Robot Wars game has kind of a main anime, a main feature that they bring in, and then you have your personal character who's completely original and doesn't fall into any of this stuff. So I have my character. His name's Iori, and kind of the main anime focus here is on Wataru and his deal. So everybody's kind of going around and following Wataru's anime. But because it's a big crossover, everybody gets mixed in.
Sure. Makes sense.
There's this guy, Shibaraku. He's also from Wataru. He's they call him a hippo sometimes, which is fun.
Why would they do that?
Because he looks hippo-ish.
Oh, I picked up on it for sure.
Yeah. He's kind of like Superman in that he has to go into a phone booth to call his mech, and then his mech shows up and he gets into it.
He looks kind of like Mario.
I could see it, sure. Like this is the kind of stuff you get from like 60s, 70s anime.
And that's what this is? That's what it's from?
That's what Wataru's from, yeah. And then that's our Gundam boy, Bellary. He's from an anime that was made in like 2017, so he's obviously looks a little newer.
Yeah. Which style do you prefer?
It depends. I don't really go for anime that's that old. It's kind of tough to watch for me, but I don't need it to be super flashy new stuff. I like the new stuff, but I started the oldest anime I think I've watched is Mobile Suit Gundam, which is from 1979. And even that, like, it's got a cool look to it, but it's a different look.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so let's run through some more of this story. I want to kind of keep it up in case people are reading, but I also want us to get to the action here.
Oh, look at this dapper guy.
Yeah, we can talk about Nadia's Secret of Blue Water at some point. I'm probably not going to talk about it right now.
Whoa!
He's got
Hansen
his friend
Sanson?
Sanson. Yeah, Hansen and
Chase,
Sanson.
what are you doing this Halloween? Can you and I pull off Hansen and Sanson?
You know what? That sounds like a good time. I might be keen for that.
Oh my goodness.
There's Kurama. Don't call him a beast man. That's Hansen without his glasses.
Put the glasses back on, you two.
And then they both serve this woman named Grandis.
Oh, I thought that was Team Rocket.
Yeah, you're not far off. They have a big Team Rocket energy.
Okay.
They all drive a tank together, and it's silly. We might get to see
Are they
the
bad?
Tank. It seemed like they were bad, maybe, in their anime. I also have not seen their anime. The anime that they're in, Nadia's Secret of Blue Water, is actually made by the same person who made Neon Genesis Evangelion, which is
I've heard you talk
very
about
popular anime that I know I have at least said to you at one point.
Yeah.
So at some point I'll watch Nadia. But it sounds like, yes, they used to be bad, but then they kind of turned good because there was a bigger bad out there at some point.
Yeah.
I don't know. This guy, he's this Kurama dude. Don't call him a beast man, even though he's a beast man.
Beast man.
Yeah. But he is double crossing us in the Wataru anime. He's like acting like our friends, but he's really trying to screw us over. And we know that as the player because of what's happened in the story so far. But he has not revealed himself to us to be a double crosser yet.
Interesting.
See, look at him. He's as human as we are.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Of course you are.
All humans have beaks like that.
And is that an eye patch?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Totally human.
Well, hey, now. There are plenty of humans out there with eye patches, okay?
No, I'm saying the beak, like the eye patch, like everything going to work here to make him or them, whatever it is. Anime's out there, man.
Yeah, I think that's a fair thing to say.
That's not a derogatory thing. It's just.
I mean, it can be derogatory.
Okay.
Okay, Ryujin Maru is Wataru's Mashin, which is it's just his mech. It's his machine. Mashin comes from machine. So I guess we're gonna learn something more about this. This is the Grandis or the Groton. Grandis is the.
That's the tank you're talking about, right?
Yeah, this is the tank. It's weird. It's also our healer for this right now.
Okay.
Quit your slacking, Bobby.
Sorry.
Yikes. Here we go. Okay. These tanks are fun. They've got aviators on, and then there's this guy. Does this guy remind you of anybody?
Kind of.
Yeah, just a small resemblance. He's very
Schwarzenegger.
Yep. That gorilla punk from the Dokdar Army. Oh, that's right. Grandis prefers the tank to be called Catherine, not the Groton. Looks like he wants to go, Bobby. What should we do?
Give it to him.
Grandis agrees with you. Screw that. Let's go forward.
And this is... I remember, there's going to be an actual grid that pops up, right?
Yes, we'll get to that here in a second. Hopefully.
There's some that's coming back to me.
Okay, here we go.
These are
Trying to defeat all the enemies. We can't get defeated. We don't need to worry about SR points because they aren't in here. So the interesting thing about these DLC missions is that any of these bonus scenarios, they don't affect our levels at all. We don't gain any experience from them, but they also don't bring in any of our previous experience that we've done. So any items that we put on it, any customizations that we've made to our robots, those are all wiped clean. And that's so these levels are a little bit more puzzly. I mean, they're not full puzzles. We're still doing a basic Super Robot Wars game here, but it is not as much turning the tables on people. So I'm just gonna move here because these forest areas, you can tell this is a forest, right? Not just a green smudge.
Oh, I thought it was a stain.
Yeah, exactly. That's the bad part about Super Robot Wars is I just think these levels look ugly. Look at how ugly this looks.
It's pretty plain, right?
There's nothing here. It gets slightly better. Oh, look, there's a river. It gets slightly better when you get into like some city environments or some space environments, but it's still just as flat. Anyway, we'll move here because we get a bit of a defense boost from that, and then we'll let the enemies come to us. 32% to hit for them's not bad. I think we're okay with that, and 73 for us. And then we get to the good part of this game, and that is the animations. Let's push it to the limit.
Yes. Give him Catherine. Look at that thing.
The tanks have got fucking aviators on, man.
Yeah.
How great's that? Oh, he hit. That's not good.
I think they hit you a few times there, Chase.
So we're not going to show these animations every time, but I like to show them off at least the first time.
Sure.
You get to see.
You can skip through, no problem.
Yeah. And we miss. 73% to hit, and we miss, and they get with their puny little... That's some garbage right there.
You need to call in some reinforcements. There's way too many of them.
Yeah, we're a little outmanned here.
Is that the case all the time?
No, they will give us... I think what we have to do here is like live through another attack or two, and then we can potentially be okay. We're in trouble though. This is tough. Is this still forest? No, they don't count that as a forest tile anymore. Let's.
Do you feel like this game does a lot of that, problematic stuff that you see from like XCOM, where, I mean, you got screwed over in that last round, in my opinion. That should have been the case. Does that happen a lot here?
I think there's certain things. If we went back to the main part of the game where I can have my items and things and my levels, you definitely can do things to even the scales or even tip the scales more in your favor. In these missions, these bonus scenarios, it's a little tougher. But we're also not playing on a hard difficulty here, so we're generally getting decent numbers. We'll use this charge attack because it's different, and you'll get to see that one, and then we can start skipping through some turns. So.
Okay.
It's just ridiculous. Look at this fucking tank.
This is nuts. And there's a ton.
We're not done.
Whoa.
And then we throw a nice little bomb on there, just
that's a mouse.
Little cherry on top.
Is that
Didn't do a ton of damage. This is not a very. Is that a what?
Was that just like a normal attack phase?
That's just a normal attack, buddy. That is my normal melee kind of attack. And he's gonna try to shoot us the same way before. God, and he hit too. Okay, we're in real trouble.
And you can't heal, right?
We can. This is our healer unit, but if we heal, that's our whole turn.
Got it.
Now the hope is they know that we're horribly outnumbered here, and they're not going to let this stand. Okay, 16% to hit. There's no way. There's no way, right, Bobby?
There is. They're 16% of the way.
Well, don't get your math in here. Let's. So we can also fast forward. We don't have to completely skip. Hey, we missed one. Good. So we can just fast forward if we kind of want to still see what happens, but not have to go through the whole deal.
Everybody seems to have some pretty high HP that you're up against too.
Yeah, it gets better. Like attacks will do more damage. Like the Groton is maybe my weakest unit right now, which is not helping. 24% isn't bad either, so we don't need to watch the demo anymore. We don't need to watch the screen. We can just let the attacks happen. This is a slightly better way, faster way, and we can also fast forward through this, which is really weird.
Oh, weird.
But hey, we got one.
Okay.
Good for us. Another 23%. Let's hope that misses. Okay. So we're getting luckier here, and we're getting some crits.
Yeah. I mean, it's starting to turn in your favor.
Here we go.
God, this guy.
Yep. We're just one lousy tank.
Like Family Guy's version of Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, totally. I tried, so I think it was for the last episode that went up. Well, not the last. God, it would have been like 4 episodes ago when we first met this guy, because I'm recording these ahead of time. But I tried to find a clip of him from the anime just to put him up there. Like, hey, we met this weird dude. And there is just nothing on the internet about this guy. Like, I found like one sticker of him. And I think part of it is that this anime was never translated into English. So I think part of it is his name here, Schwarzenegger, is something that probably got translated for this game. Before the anime. I'm not sure. I honestly don't know, but it's the internet. There was nothing about Schwarzenegger on the internet, so I actually had to go find the episode of Wataru, or an episode of Wataru that he's in, and screenshot that out to make that the thumbnail for the tweet.
That's wild.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get some help here. Here we go. It's Wataru the Savior. And he's saving our asses right now.
Big time. That's a cool looking suit he
has. I think it's actually kind of lame, but
well, for this
it's better than the Groton, I guess.
I mean, from what I can see right now, yes, better than the Groton. The Groton looks like a ladybug. Whoa.
Yeah, so his mech is actually a dragon.
Got it.
And this is like the manifestation of the dragon. And even Wataru, he's not in the cockpit like you'd imagine somebody being in a big robot suit would be in. He's just kind of in space, if we ever see the inside of this. And that's just where he is, but he like rides this dragon in this space that is inside the mech. It's like a TARDIS situation, I guess. And like he holds on to those 2 horns As they, yeah, it's weird. Anime, man. It's anime. See, these guys want to go all by themselves, but also we're screwed because there's so many tanks.
There are a lot of tanks. Jesus.
Show them his hot stuff. And that's our mech.
Okay. So there's two different. There's a dragon and that thing.
They're the same thing, but yes.
Okay.
Oh, these are bad jokes.
How many lines
No.
of
Oh no.
There's
Oh,
just
yikes. Ryujin Maru, read the political room here, buddy. Let's not... Yikes. North Hokkaido's maybe not the best place to go right now.
Yeah, maybe not.
Also, this must be from the anime because he is talking. Like, there's not most of these characters, so you're not getting the sound from this, the way we're recording this. But most of this is just text. But in those cases, he was actually speaking those lines, so those must have been lines from the anime. At some point. He's speaking them in Japanese, but
it gets to. I mean, you at least get that lifted into the game for those characters,
right? Yeah. What kind of god is this?
What are you?
He's our friend, Bobby. Obviously, he's our friend. And we got more friends. Here we go. Now it's not so one-sided. That was our character Iori in the Zelgard. That's a suit made just for this game.
That's pretty cool. I didn't realize that I thought you were saying that this was like pulled from multiple different sources.
It is. So it is, but they always have a player character that is just kind of the one who's like, oh, where are you from? So they can be like a audience insert. And they always have their own personal suit that is made by the developers. Sometimes they look like Gundams, like in Super Wars V. Sometimes they look like their own thing, like here in X. I can't remember what the one in T exactly looks like off the top of my head. Lots of talking.
Yeah, is this normal?
Yeah, man. Unfortunately, this is normal. There's just so much talk. It's fine. I don't think the translation is super great, but it's generally all right. Enough to understand what's happening here. There's just so much talking.
I mean, it's dense. It's a dense game when it comes to... I remember our quick look, and between the menu systems and then this aspect of it, what would you say if you had to like do a fair breakdown percentage of combat to speech? What would that look like?
It's probably like 60 or 70-30 maybe.
30
text to actual combat.
More combat than text.
Oh, much more.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, sorry, no, the other way around.
More text than combat.
Way more talking than there is.
Got it.
Yeah, there's just so much talking, and it takes up so much time.
But that's not
okay.
what you come to this game for.
I mean, part of it is like
Okay.
it's the problem is I don't know all these anime, so it's tough to get super into the talking when I don't really know who some of these characters are or why I should care. We'll turn off demo for some of these so we can watch them. Man, these guys.
I bet you this would be. You're playing this on your Switch, right?
Yes.
I bet you this would be pretty neat on PC, just knowing that you would have the mouse movement.
Yeah, sure. And these games are on PC. it might be a little different in the way that you get them. Like, I got this from PlayAsia.
Got it.
And the Switch is region free, but on something like Steam, I don't think this game shows up on Steam. I think it has to be on like a Japanese account, so you'd have to find a different way to get around stuff. Here's something we're gonna do. We're gonna use a multi-action, our X actions. In these bonus things, you get 5 X action points.
Okay.
Which normally you'd have to build them up as you play. So I'm gonna use that to let him get a second attack here. I'm gonna use my first one to take out this guy. Yeah, this guy. As long as we hit. Oh, I didn't do the demo shit, so we're not going to see this. Alright, got him. Cool. That's useful. And now because we have multi-action, because he got the kill there, he can take another move and another attack. So we're going to try to protect the Grandis here, which means attacking another one of these guys. And let's turn the demo on so we can watch this attack.
And then you can start to use your Grandis to heal more if you need to.
Yeah, I already used the Grandis this turn, though, unfortunately. So we can't heal. Probably should have healed it instead. But we'll try to clear out some enemies so they can't attack the Grandis.
That makes sense.
It's like, he looks fine. It's just, he's a little bit more deformed of a robot than I like. Just a little squat. I don't know if I dig that.
I literally can't get over these aviator tanks.
They're very good. They're very, very good. Okay, I think... I don't know if I can get over to these guys. Let's see. If I can get over to these guys... Okay, I can't get to that guy. So we'll do the same thing here. We'll use our X action, multi-action, bring him over here. Attack this guy. 92%. Sounds close to 100 to me.
Yeah. Should be fair.
And we'll watch him do some double swords.
Do you like this mech?
Not really.
Same thing.
Yeah, I mean, they're from the same anime. They have the same style. I just think they look kind of awkward. But also, I didn't grow up with this anime. Like, this is a very old anime. Like I said, I think it's from the either late 60s or early mid-70s.
He does some damage, though.
Do what?
He does some damage.
Oh yeah, he actually does. He does some decent work. So I think we want to. Take out this one, which shouldn't be too bad. Or we could put some damage on this one. Let's put some damage on that guy instead. So same attack. We'll just skip through. So you can fast forward like this. Or I can just hit this button and skip it entirely.
Oh.
And that could be nice. So we did some damage, and he hit us back. Okay. I think that's better. We're in a better spot now. Thin their numbers a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, this already looks like more promising than what it once did.
Yeah, he's attacking us, but again, 16% feels okay, and we should be able to retaliate back and beat him. Okay, he missed. That's good. Let's fire that. Sorry, let's fire that cannon. Knock him out. Yeah.
Boom.
Okay, good stuff.
You're just laying him out now, man.
Yeah, this feels better. Okay, we've seen his attack before, this autocannon, but we haven't seen the response from Ryujimaru. So let's watch his attack here. You know, Wataru's got a great point here. This is way better than a math test.
Yeah. How about a fastball, though? Whoa.
Yeah, you like playing a little baseball, like some big kanji symbols.
pissed.
Grabbing a hot ball of light out of your chest and throwing it right into a dude.
It's a bad day to be that tank.
Pretty good. Pretty strong attack.
I would have thought that would have cleared him out.
Not quite. All right, we gotta hope the Groton handles this one. We've seen his attacks, so we're okay. Cool. Groton's good. These guys can't move and shoot, so if we're far enough away, they're not hitting us. We've seen this attack before, so we'll skip through. We miss, we hit. Good stuff. And then our guy Schwarzenegger here, he's got a much better mech. That's why he's got a 40% chance to hit. He's also going to do a lot of damage, so we can use these spirits to help us here. Spirits are kind of just like special things that you can use whenever, but you can only use it if you have the SP. You can see under Shibaraku there, his SP is 30 out of 60. So we could do either of these, but these aren't super helping us. We could gain back some health, and that might be okay. But in addition to his personal spirits that he can use, we also have these other commands that are spirits from other characters here. So we can use one like for C from Ryujin Maru, and we can spend that on Shibaraku. So now Schwarzenegger has a 0% chance to hit our guy, which is very useful. We could also use one that gives us a guaranteed 100% to hit, but I think at this point we're probably not going to do enough damage to him back. I'm just happy with this 59%. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, totally. Ooh, Gorilla Man.
The Hippo guy calling another dude Gorilla Man? That seems wrong.
Hey, this is becoming
there it
Beast
is.
Wars.
And then usually, let's see if it happens. Usually when people call him a hippo, there's a different different talking head of him that has a hippo head. Here it is. We did it. We got our thumbnail.
Oh no. That's real dumb.
Yep. That's anime. I mean, that's cartoons.
Yeah.
So this misses, guaranteed. And then we haven't seen this attack. It'll probably miss, but I think this is the one where he tosses his spear.
Okay.
Yep. Oh, and it hit!
Yeah, you hit pretty hard.
59%? Might as well be 100.
Yeah.
And that did halfway decent damage, so he's also, as a boss character, he's got much more health.
Now, if you take him out, does everybody else go away?
No, I think the conditions, let's check. The conditions are to defeat all enemies.
Okay.
So, can't just do that. What we can do, though, is we can use the Groton, we can attack, get an attack in here. I know we want to heal with it, but let's, oh, sorry. Before we do that, we have to use the X action. We can use our multi-action. We can get up here. Too far. And we can charge this guy. Yeah, charge this guy. Guaranteed to kill him. Don't worry about the Shibaraku thing. We're not going to see it. We'll use that in a second. So that'll get a kill. And then we get a multi-action, so now we can run back out of danger and repair ourselves.
Oh, that's helpful.
They can also repair other units, but they, again, have the least amount of health right here. They're the ones probably in most danger. Another feature this game has is support attacks. You can see when I'm looking at Iori here, kind of on the right side of his panel, you see support attack 2 lit up.
Yeah.
You seeing that?
To the right of the panel?
Yeah, like on the...
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That means if I attack next to him, like this... Let's do Schwarzenegger here. So if I attack next to him, now you see on the bottom right there, he's also doing an attack. That's 74% to hit. So let's attune. Let's make sure that let's guarantee me to hit, and then the Zelgard has a 74% chance to hit, so maybe we can stack up some damage and see how that goes.
Interesting.
So there are ways of tipping the scales into your favor in this game, but sometimes it's just building up your opportunity to do so. And that's what I really like about it. There's so many options in this game that you can, even when stuff seems super bleak, you can usually find a way to get out of it.
Yeah, there's things that you can do, for sure. Some nice back doors, it looks like.
Yes, absolutely. Love a nice back door.
Alright, so this is the one we're going to do the double attack, right?
Yeah, this is our big fastball again. This was guaranteed to hit. And we're hoping it does... I don't know, it would be nice if it did like 2,000 to 3,000, somewhere in there.
That's what I was thinking. It would be based off of fire. Yeah.
So that'll work. And then the Zelguard's probably also going to do maybe about 2,000. So this could hit. It was 43%, I think. Yep. It's not great. Less than half, though. That's okay. And now we get our support attack. So now he comes in and also gets his attack.
How do you like this mech?
I think he's got some very nice-looking attacks, and I think they can do that because it's the original character, original mech they made for the game. They can kind of do whatever they want with it. He's got some nice attacks. Oh, he missed. That's bad. 74%. That sucks.
Yeah, that's cheap.
Okay. So... what do we want to do here? So Shibaraku also has a support attack.
Okay.
We can either attack... Let's do this. Let's do... See, if we use Shibaraku here, when somebody's moved, even if he has a support attack, he can't use it. So one of these guys is not going to be able to use their support attack. We've got one left for him and one for him. We also have the ability to do our multi-action here if we needed to. I'd really like to take out Schwarzenegger this turn because he's the one who's going to do the most damage to any of us. But I don't think he can do enough damage on his own. Let's try... Okay, let's try multi-action. Let's move him and get like a real easy kill here. Yeah, let's get him on this guy. Just finish off that guy real quick. I don't think we've seen the whirlwind attack. Slicing him up with some wind.
Yeah, that wind was nice damage, and he's gone.
Okay, no problem there. And we get our attack back.
Does the compass have anything to do with this? Like, what's the deal with the compass?
I can turn the screen like that. I usually don't do it because on controller, I have a tendency to also accidentally hit the up or down slightly, and it's pretty sensitive. And like I don't like the game at this size, and I don't like the game at this size, and it's kind of hard to find my sweet spot. So I end up just usually not touching the stick at all.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move Shibaraku up here and do his attack here. So that's 75% for us to hit, 78%, and it's 85% for the Zelguard. I think this will do what we want it to do.
You think it's enough to get rid of him?
I think so.
Okay.
Okay, he hits. That's good. That's a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Let's hope he doesn't do a ton back to us, though. Or even better, let's hope he misses. He did not miss. And he did a decent amount of damage. Change whirlwind. Let's hope it hits this time. Okay, that should be the end of Schwarzenegger.
He's gone. Oh my god.
Yep. That's this game. That's that anime, for sure. There's another character we've met from Wataru, another enemy. His name is Cruising Tom.
Oh, I wonder who that's supposed to be.
Uh-huh. And he pilots the second gun.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. Not the top one, but the second one.
Interesting.
It's not that interesting. Okay. Let's use a big attack here. This should do a lot of damage. I don't know if it'll do enough, but we haven't seen this attack, so it'll be something new.
That's pretty impressive.
It's a nice animation. This big Tempest attack. Oh, not quite enough. So close.
Damn, that was
so
close
to taking him out. And then I'm not too worried if he hits or not. Okay, that's fine. Okay. So we're worried about Shibaraku here. I don't know if they gang up on him. I don't know if he can take 2 attacks. Everyone else I feel okay about, but we'll see. It's only 12% though. I'm not worried about 12%.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like a lot.
Okay, we should be good. I don't think the other guy can do 1,200 damage, so we should be pretty safe here. We'll spear this guy, no problem.
Dunzo.
And then this guy's still at full health. He's only at 16%. Oh, we haven't seen the X Slash, so that'll be a new attack that we get to see too. Minus 2. All right, good stuff.
Looking good. This is the big X Slash you said?
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Uh-oh. Got him.
Oh my god.
Ooh, we just counter crit. Murdered that man. And that's the day.
That's it.
We didn't even need to call in the Megafauna. We're fine. All we need's these 4. Actually, no. We would definitely want other robots. I do not like most of these mechs.
Yeah, having more is always a good thing. I mean, that was a little rough there for a second, a little touch and go.
Yeah, these are a lot of the early ones that we had. The Gundams that we just got, which unfortunately I didn't get to show you today. I think they've got some flashier attacks and do a little bit more damage, but these guys also kind of got the job done. So the reason you play these bonus scenarios is that we'll get a bunch of money out of the deal, a bunch of tactical points that we can spend on some other cool stuff, and then we'll also get some items, some exclusive items from doing these things. So we'll see what happens once this finishes. But they're useful things that we'll take back into the main game and give us an advantage when we need it then.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
And some more talking.
Is this basically the loop here?
Yeah, this is kind of the loop. Even though this is a bonus scenario, it functions very similarly to the rest of the game in that there is a big chunk of talking early. You start a fight, people have little quips of things to say during the fight, and then we all have to kind of debrief and talk about this stuff. And this, it looks like the justification here is these guys were telling a story about what happened to them before we met the Megafauna crew that we met just this last part. And so they're kind of telling the story to the Gundam crew, saying, hey, this is what happened before we met you. Yeah, I wish you could have been there for that too, Bellry. It would have been real useful. He's got to call up his mech.
Get over here, Hippo Man.
His robot is too drunk.
What?
I think his robot was making an excuse that he just didn't want to come over.
So these are pretty long battles.
Honestly, that was a pretty short one.
Oh, really?
And I think part of it was me explaining my attacks to you and
Sure.
explaining some of the stuff that people who've been watching since part 1 will have seen all of those attacks and kind of know what's going on here. But yeah. And if I was playing this alone, I would skip through a lot more of this dialogue, or at least read it a lot faster. Okay,
Sure.
So here's what we got. We got a rescue unit and an A adapter. Those are relatively useful things. We got some skill programs that we can use to upgrade our pilots. Evade up and defense up, those are good. 50,000 in funds is very solid, and 500 attack points is what we're really looking for. That's quite helpful. So now we can go back in here and we can check what we got. We can customize our units and make them stronger. We can up their HP or up the rank of their weapon and their damage that they would do, and that costs funds. But we just got 50,000 of it, so we can spend some if we wanted to. I think I'm okay with people right now. We can also go into the vault and buy some stuff for tack points. Those are the tactical points. That's the other kind of currency that you have here.
Yeah.
So we could buy some of these things these go on your mechs. These are items that equip onto the mechs. So I can up their mobility, which ups their evasion, or I can up their HP and their armor, or some units use ammo instead of energy for their attacks, and like gun stuff would use ammo, and you can use a cartridge as an item, like a consumable item per map that would replenish that ammo, so then they could keep doing more of their attacks. And then these that are question marks, they have unlock conditions, so we have to do specific things while we play to be able to unlock them, and then once we've unlocked them, then we can purchase them. We don't have a lot of attack points because we spent them on these customizations here that give us big flat bonuses for everybody over the course of the game. Like if we get some more points here, we can buy this gunfight up, which will just allow us to, any range damage we do does 200 more damage, and that's, that adds up over time. So we're kind of saving our attack points for those things. But we did get those power parts, so let's just see what they do here. We got this A adapter. You can see on the bottom left there that my unit, this G Arcane, she's great in the air. A for air, A for ground, B for water, and B for space, or A for space. So we can use this A adapter that gives us better terrain bonuses, or at least doesn't give us terrain negatives by having them be adaptable anywhere. We don't face a lot of water though, so it's kind of useless on her because she's already generally fine in everywhere else, and we just don't face water. So we don't really need to give that to her, but we could give that to something like the Gratin, which is B for air, B for space, and B for water. Now we could give it the A adapter, and it's A for everything. So we might as well do that, because that's a more useful thing. They won't take penalties when they have to deal with something in space, because it's a tank.
Right.
Tanks aren't made for space or air.
They're going to have to be in both of those situations, I'd imagine.
Yeah. I don't think there's going to be a lot of situations where that happens, but it's still something to consider. That's about it. Let's save here. Let's make a new save. and then we'll be good for the next time when we'll play this second bonus scenario, where we'll see more about what the megafauna was up to, and we can get some new items from that as well. But that is for another time. Bobby, thank you so much for joining me here.
Yeah, of course,
It's,
man.
when you're doing this all alone and you're just kind of talking to people and telling them how to play, that's one thing, but having you be able to react and make some comments and ask some questions is also very useful.
Hey, trust me, you have been my wingman for a lot of the quick looks we do on the casual hour. I totally get it. Even though this might be a bit over my head as a very limited individual when it comes to the knowledge of mechs and anime, I can see the appeal from the tactical stuff that you've been helping me get into. Because there's a lot. I mean, this is a very dense game, and I think that it's not impenetrable, but I think that there's maybe a bit more of a hike up that hill from some of the other games that you and I have played. So having somebody go through and kind of break down what this game is and some of the systems and why you would apply certain buffs, debuffs, whatever that may be, makes it a bit more palatable for sure.
Yeah, and that's also why I'm playing this one again, is because this was the very first Super Robot Wars I played, and I didn't know a lot of this stuff. They don't really tell you a ton of stuff as you're playing about why you should use certain tactics in place of others, what things you should be buying early in the game versus what can wait until later, and it led to me not playing this game perfectly, or not playing it in a very effective manner. Whereas the second time I played a Super Robot Wars game that was T, I felt so much more comfortable about the mechanics and knowing the things that I needed to do, and I played that game much better and more effectively. And I wanted to have that experience with this game. I felt like it kind of got shortchanged because I didn't know those things. So now that I do, it's fun to play it around and also show some other people what that looks like. Anyway, thanks for coming on. This thing's going to have over 50 parts, probably over 60, maybe even over 70, who knows. So maybe I can get you back on here at some point where I'm much further into the game.
Yeah, that'd be great. And I anytime, man, just hit me up. I'm happy to be a partner and help you out.
Cool. Well, thanks, Bobby, and thank you all for listening. And we'll be back with more Super Robot Wars X next time.